Boards laid out. You just run them down the center like so. Sometimes the guys just set them on the bed, but I like to do it this way, or at least it's the way I've seen done. And there at the back, I think he's going to start loading at the back. That's where my chalk is at, as you can see. All right, so he set the first two on there. And there they are, and right up against my chalk. Of course, you don't want them overhanging. They go all the way to the edge of the trailer, so you gotta be really careful on that. There's where he's grabbing them at. All right, well, we got all loaded up, and legally speaking, you're supposed to have your straps at least 10 feet apart. 10 feet, no more than 10 feet. So you pull the first one towards the load, and the same with the back one, you pull it towards the load. And then, like I said, 10 feet. So we're going to go back 2, and then the next one, we're going to go 3. And then this is 10 feet. Every one of these, or 10 feet, every one of these is 1 foot. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 feet. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 feet. And now we're at our back one, and we're going to tie this one towards the load. All right, we got a guy behind me. I don't know if he's waiting on me to move. Forklift guys here didn't tell me anything, but for all I know, they're waiting on me to move. So we're just going to strap the front and back one and get out of his way, and then get somewhere where we can strap where we're not in anybody's way. So obviously you want to put your edge protectors over these straps, because this concrete is pretty rigid. It will definitely tear your straps. You want to try to make sure the edge protector is underneath these edges so your straps don't get tore. Kind of set it up on there a little high like that. Okay, so unfortunately when I was tightening down on that, it was flattening out my edge protector, and I don't like tore up edge protectors, so I just keep carpet with me. You can get this at any rug store. Just ask for the scraps and cut them up. You know, this is like that outdoor turf you see on like porches and stuff. It's really cheap, so I just stick it under there, and there it is. And these straps, you can get them pretty tight, but don't tighten them as tight as you can possibly tighten them, because this concrete, it can break. I know this right here piece looks pretty strong, but if you just keep on cinching it down, sometimes you can chip this concrete. That's pretty dang tight. So let's go ahead and get the rest of these. All right, well, they got that guy loaded up, so we're gonna go ahead and get our edge protector set up, and then we're gonna roll these straps out, and then we got to run chain over the top of this sucker. Yeah, we'll do this one right here. It don't have to be perfectly center. That didn't work out very good. Come on. All right, now we got to run a chain across the top of it, and we really don't have a good hook point up front, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to run a chain across the front of the trailer, and then that's where our tie-on point is going to be for the chains that are going to run over the load. Because you can see up here, there's nowhere to hook a chain, unless you want to do it right there, but I figured that would just curl that lip up, so this is what I'm going to do. All right, so now we got that chain across there. That'll be our hook on, our tie-on point for the chains that go across the top. All right, so now that the whole thing's laid out, we're just gonna get up here and drag the thing over the load. All right, that went way better than I thought it was. And And if you're unsure of something, just ask. I don't know how tight to go with these, so I'm going to ask the guy up front in the office. All right, and of course, as soon as you start rolling on a load like this, these pipes, they're going to start rolling around and they're going to cinch up on you. And so you got to go back there and tighten that chain down. And I can do that while I'm at the shipper because it's already loosened up. I guess old boy, when he loaded them, he left some gaps in between them. Maybe I should have made him put them a little tighter, but regardless, we're going to go back there and cinch up that chain, and we're also going to nail down those chocks, because the more of those pipes move in, those chocks, they're not even going to be touching the pipe anymore, so you just got to nail them down. And as you can see, I've nailed down the chalk, because like I said, it doesn't have pressure against it really anymore since the load has moved inward. All right, let's do one final check around, one final walk around the truck, make sure everything's still tight. That's good. And the guy who was in the office there, I asked him, he said, if you got a chain over the top, you only have to do every 10 feet on these for the strapping. But he said if you don't have a chain over the top, you got to strap every single one of these. Every single one of them. That's 14. I'm just doing a combination. All right, we are good to go. Alright, well, we finished up with this load. And man, it is hot out there. It says 98, but I swear it feels like 180. Jesus, it's hot. I gotta put on some shorts. And I put on some suntan lotion, but it does not look like it's working. I look like a cherry tomato or something. Gee. I'm headed back home. I gotta stop and get some tires. I got one of my tires is leaking and it's at a spot that cannot be repaired. So time to get a couple new tires. I'm back here in the sleeper berth trying to take me a little break. On the load I did today, the concrete pipe, I wasn't too sure how to secure the pipe. So if you're unsure on how to secure a load, a lot of times the broker isn't the best person to ask. What I do, say it was a shingle place, I'll just type in that place on Google, and I'll look at the images from that place, the ones that are satellite view and then the ones that are street view. And a lot of times it'll show the trucks from above and it'll show them from the little street view, and you can kind of get an idea how to secure those loads. If you can't find that, like if that's not available or there's no pictures of the trucks, you can look up your freight. So say you're hauling, I don't know, road roofing, just go to DuckDuckGo and type in road roofing securement, or go to YouTube and see if there's any pictures, any videos that show how to secure road roofing. And then your third option is just going to be to go to the shipper. A lot of times you can ask other truck drivers. The best person to ask is the guy who's loading you, because he's seen the way people strap them, he's seen the way people chain the loads. That's going to be the guy. He's going to tell you how the guys do it. That's usually my go-to, or one of the other truck drivers. And then if there's no trucks there and you can't get any satellite, you can't get any pictures from Google, and like nobody knows, you just have to use your own judgment and go by the regulations. Just figure it out. Just secure it to what you feel comfortable with and what's legal. You never want to stop learning with this industry and growing and adapting, for sure. Don't want to be stuck in a rut. We're off of exit 185. There's a place here called Sooner's Corner Restaurant, and there's a tire shop right behind the restaurant. I'm over here right now on the east side of the lot, parallel with I-35 over there, and there's the shop right over there. I called him earlier and he said that he had a couple tires. He had some tires available for this truck, or my trailer. And I went here one time, God, it was probably 3 years ago, and I got some tires normally with the trailer, when you do one, you gotta do two, because you're going to be left with uneven tires, and you don't want to put all your weight on one tire. I went over here and got some tires, and I think 3 years ago it was right around 515, and when I talked to him earlier today, it's still the same, about 515 to do, and that includes everything, tire and labor. And he only sells 16 ply tires. He doesn't mess with 14 ply. So yeah, they are a little more than the ones I normally get, but they're so much better. And I wish this place was closer, and I wish that I went up and down 35 a little more, because when I got that tire, actually I got one tire here because I had another one that I was able to put next to it that had about the same level of tread. That one tire outlasted 3 sets of my other tires that I get from Speedco, which are I get their spread axle retreads. It outlasted 3. That tire lasted, I think it lasted like 2 years, and it was regroovable, so I got a tire regrooving tool, and I got like another 6 months out of it. I called it my Superman tire. It just kept on going and going and going. I think eventually I'd like to replace all the tires with tires from this shop, because I'm just tired of Speedco, and I can't find any good places in the city. And I like this guy because it's a small shop. So alright, so I actually got to make a video because I got to do a lot of switching around, and you'll see here in a minute, to get my tires to all match up, and that's because of a mess up that Speedco did. You guys sit there and babysit them guys at Speedco. You got to keep an eye on them. If you tell them what to do and you just sit out there in the lounge area and you don't go out there and check, man, you can go out there and they'll have wrong tires on the wrong rim, and then they'll try to charge you for trying to fix their mistake. And that's what happened to me. Yeah, this next clip, I'm gonna use it to show this guy, because it's confusing. You'll see. Okay, here's my spare tire. This tire is trash. This aluminum rim needs to go back on the trailer. This tire right here is going to be my spare tire. This tire is trash. Let's see. This tire goes up on this axle. This tire stays on this axle. So we'll have this one up on the outside where it currently is. This one will go on the inside. Like I said, that's my spare. You don't need to take this one off. Don't need to take it off the rim. Okay, and when you pull this one off the rim, because this one's trash, that's where one of the new tires will go. And the spare tire, when you pull it off of the rim, that's where the other brand new tire will go. And they'll go back here. Alright, before we do this, we're going to make sure that these tires are compatible, meaning the tread depth is close. What do we got on that? Damn it. We got about 8:30 seconds, okay. And then this one's going with it. And that one's at about 9:30 seconds. Perfect. As long as you're about 3:30 seconds within one another, you're good. We keep getting people pulling up, getting in the way here. This guy's getting pissed. guys, I guess they refuse to move. They're moving now though. That was ridiculous. Well, I don't know if y'all could hear any of that craziness going on a while ago, but that guy who was getting hollered at refused to move, and my first thought was that maybe he was saying he was next in line or something, that I was cutting, or maybe he had some work done and it was too expensive and so he's refusing to pay or something. No. He was waiting to swap trailers with another driver because he worked for FedEx as a contract carrier, and he told that guy that he can wait. Yeah, he said, you can wait. Man, the nerve of some people. Wow. Got all this room at this place and you can't move. Guys like that give the trucking industry a bad name. I tell you what, man, that's a shame. Here's one of the things I really like about this camera system. I use it all the time whenever people are loading me, or you know, because you got to sit in the truck, sometimes you can't get out. People are doing something outside of my truck and I can keep an eye on it from here in the back. There it is. There's the driver's side. I think they're in the shop right now putting on the new tires. Alright, well, we made it back to my spot, and here's the tires I got put on. These are 16 ply, and man, they got a lot of tread on them. Look at that. And they're also where does it say? Right there, regroovable. So if you buy you a little tire regrooving tool, you can, once these tires get wore down to these marks here, you can groove out another 4 or 5 30 seconds from these tires, and in my case I got like another 6 months, especially I have 16 ply. These tires last forever, so don't just throw them away when they get wore down. Get you a tire regroover. These tires are super thick, so you can regroove them, and they wouldn't say regroovable on them if it wasn't safe. So be sure to stop in there. I believe that was exit 185, Sooner Restaurant. There's a little, like I said, there's a little shop behind the restaurant there, and oh boy, there will get to you really quick. You won't be sitting there all day like you do at Speedco or TA or wherever, you know, the big places. I think the final bill on that was $1,136, and you know, from what I was saying earlier, had to do a lot of swapping, so he charged a little extra for that. I would much rather spend $1,100 than $700 or $750 at Speedco, because like I said, these tires they get about 3 times more wear. So for a Speedco tire to equal one of these, that's three Speedco tires. So we're talking $2,250. So if you look at things that way, you can realize sometimes you're wasting money, because just because something is super cheap, a lot of times there's a good reason for that. So ultimately, at the end of the day, I'm spending $2,250 at Speedco, and I'm spending $1,130 at this guy's place, because these tires will last a long time, and they generally wear down a lot better too, just because they're 16 ply. So